Okay, so this is another example dealing with slope and rate of change. And remember, slope and rate of change are the same thing. Okay? Slope is equivalent to rate of change. Okay? They're the same thing. So what we're going to do is something you've done before. We're going to get the slope of a line from its equation. Okay, so we're going to get the slope of a line from its equation. You've done this in Algebra 1, you've done it in geometry, so now we're going to do it again, except this time we're going to be more explicit about referring to it as rate of change. So we've got 2x plus 5y equals 3 is the slope, is the equation. Now to get the slope, we want y on its own. So you ask yourself what's on the wrong side, and the 2x is on the wrong side, so move the 2x across to the other side. That's going to give you 5y is equal to 3 minus 2x. Remember, we're subtracting 2x, or we're moving it across and changing its sign. Whichever way you want to think about it is fine. Now we have 5y, and we want to get y on its own, so we'll divide everything there by 5. Well, if you divide 5y by 5, you're just going to be left with y. 3 divided by 5 we can't break down, and minus 2x divided by 5 is just minus 2x over 5. Now the question was to find the slope or the rate of change. Hopefully you remember that from Algebra 1 and geometry and possibly pre-algebra, when you get y on its own, when you have the equation of a line and you get y on its own, then the slope or the rate of change is whatever number is attached to the x. So in this case, the slope is negative 2 over 5, which is, because we're talking now more in the language of change, so we're talking about that being the rate of change. The slope and the rate of change are the same thing. So if you can get the slope, you've already got the rate of change. Now just out of interest, you weren't asked to do this, but just out of interest, let's take a look at what that line looks like and see if we can relate slope to rate of change. Okay, so I've already drawn it. I'm just going to paste it in here. Okay, this is what we have. So that's the equation of the line. So this is the line. This red line here is the line 2x plus 5y equals 3. And if we pick out 2 points on that line, let's say that one, because it goes through the grid, okay, and this one, because it goes through the grid as well. Okay, we can see how we get from here to here. First of all, we come down 2 spaces. Okay, so we've come down 2 spaces, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5 in that direction. So we're back to rise over run. Okay, but another way of thinking about it is we came down 2, so the change in y, the change in the y's from here, that point there down to this point here, change in y was minus 2. The change in the x was 5. We moved 5 across, and if you move to the right, the x's are positive. So the slope or the rate of change is the change in y. So delta y is the change in y over the delta x is minus 2 over 5. So look at all those different expressions. We have slope, we have rate of change, we have delta y over delta x, and that's also the same as rise over run. Okay, so lots and lots of different ways about talking about the same thing. Okay, negative 2 over 5. All different ways of talking about the same thing. Okay, thanks for watching, and hopefully now you're going to be able to work out the rate of change of any function that's given to you like this. Remember, just assume you're getting slope. Get y on its own, and then the slope or the rate of change is whatever number is in front of x. So negative 2 over 5 in this case. Okay, hope that made sense.